It is still legal to discriminate against LGBTs in 32 states, including here in Idaho. Over the last 8 years, members of Add the 4 Words have been trying to change that, protesting at the State House to have the words sexual orientation and gender identity to the state's Human Rights Act. During the last legislative session, they held silent sit-ins at the Capitol. Many of them stood in the rotunda, hands over their mouths. Others blocked doorways to the Senate chambers, and hundreds of them were arrested for their actions, charged with trespassing. Today, some of them were sentenced at the Ada County Courthouse. On your sides, Chris Oswald is there live with what happened.
Don, the silent protests at the state capitol resulted in more than 110 people being arrested for trespassing. Today, many of them, 24 or more, were here at the Ada County Courthouse for sentencing. This started at 1:30 this afternoon, and right now the judge has heard less than half of the cases. It was a packed courtroom with not an empty seat. Many people forced to stand outside. Before the first defendant, former Senator Nicole Lefevre, was sentenced, the court heard from witnesses on both sides of the issue. The state called 2 witnesses, including an ISP trooper, who said the demonstrations put the public at harm and cost the department an additional $24,000. The defense called 4 witnesses, among them 2 mothers who lost their gay or lesbian child to suicide. Both mothers say if the 4 words were a part of the Human Rights Act, they believe their child would still be here today.
By adding those words, the state of Idaho gives value to the people that it encompasses. And those 4 words would be enough for a lot of the kids that I work with and I talk to, as far as being able to give them hope that someday they can live a normal life and that they won't always be considered second-class citizens.
It's such an urgent matter that needs to take place, because one life lost is one life too many, and you can't put a price on that. You absolutely cannot.
Every single one of the defendants addressed the judge before being sentenced on the charges of trespassing today. Each one so far has voluntarily pleaded guilty and has been sentenced to 10 to 70 hours of community service and a $10 fine for charges plus the cost of court. Now, there were several other people in this room who were here in support of them, many of them in tears. There was not a dry eye as both of those mothers that you just heard from spoke out about the situation. Now, members of Add the 4 Words say their fight is not over. They pledged to be back at the State House during the next legislative session. They aren't stopping until the 4 words are added. Reporting live at the Ada County Courthouse, Chris Oswald, Today 6 on your side.